Gentlemen and ladies, Belissarius here. Wanted to do a quick video on some fielding tips that I've learned in my short time playing the game. I hope you can take something away from it and learn something from it. Without further ado, we'll jump right in. Alright, so we are trying to head back to the city we're attacking in Lystria. I had just gotten knocked out, so I have a timer. I had gone back to heal my units, and there is a bit of fielding going on outside the city. I just wanted to give a shout out to anybody who's on the fielding duty. It actually is super impactful. I know it seems kind of a waste of resources, and it kind of sucks being on fielding duty, but in all reality, if you can keep people out of the battle, especially higher level players or key players or even shot callers, if you can snag one, it really does make a huge difference in the battle. So again, fielding duty, it is an honorable task. It does make a big impact, so don't sell yourself short if you're on fielding duty. Currently, I am trying to get back into the Lystria fight. And one of the things to kind of keep in mind, sometimes you can see the top right hand corner, you see line 1, okay. You can pull that down and switch to a different line if you're worried about getting fielded. Right now, this is my buddy Rip. He is going to end up fielding me. I want you to pay attention to a few things here. Number one, what units he has. He looks like he has a Lance unit and then perhaps a Keshig unit. Now we're bantering back and forth. I'm trying to tell him I have more time than I already have. But if you know you're going to get fielded, take a look at their wagon. See what they have. I have a cav unit and 2 infantry and some arty. He has 2 cav unit. If you know you're going to get fielded, I know that he can't pull infantry because he doesn't have any. So that's something really cool that you're able to see. I'm going to try to get into this fight as quickly as I can. It is going to take me a few seconds to jump in. So if you are the person fielding another who's trying to get into a fight, select them and you can hit the pursue button over and over and over again. And so that's what he did in order to get into the fight. So getting into the fight here, I have a few ways that I can play this. I have a cav unit and 2 pike units. I know that he's going to pull out some golden cav because he's a buddy of mine, so I'm pretty sure he has a golden cav or 2. So my Armiger Lancers are very good. They're maxed out. All of these units are maxed out. I know that Armiger Lancers do well in a lot of scenarios, but against golden cav head on, they're not going to win me the fight. And they're more expensive to resupply. So I'm thinking I'm not going to go with the Armiger Lancers. Armiger, sorry. My Fortebraccio are also amazing against anti-cav, but they can be flanked fairly easily. I don't think I'm going to make the biggest impact with my Fortebraccio. So I end up going with my Imperial Pikemen. Now, they are bottom line, so they're not going to do as much damage as the top line would. But they're going to be able to survive a little bit longer in a lot of scenarios, which is why I have them on the bottom line. Here, I wish I would have chosen Maul. I think I could have won it a little easier with Maul, but let's see. He's Glaive, so we know his stun, his ult can kind of interrupt my charge, or my walk, to an extent. So I want to make sure to keep him away from my units. So I want to play on my home point. I don't want him to cap behind me. One thing that he does kind of smartly is that he sends his cav one way and him the other. If I overtly focus on him, his cav can wipe me from one side. If I overtly focus the unit, then he can do some damage with his hero. Because, I mean, IPGs are really good unit, but they're not a hero killing unit, which is kind of nice. You see that the cav right here, they're really quick. If they were Rattan Rangers, there would be a little problem because I get pelted from ranged. But I know that they're Keshigs. So they have a particular kind of yell before they charge. So I'm waiting to hear for that yell before I walk. Something that he does here that's actually a really, really good play is he's trying to bait out my walk. If I walk prematurely and he gets his cav out of the way in time, he can then wipe me with an actual charge. So he's Xing his cav into a place that makes me think they're charging me. Again, he is behind me. Here comes the cav. He's going to divert them away real quick, trying to bait me into the charge. Now, the only reason I didn't walk is because I got fielded about a month or two ago, and I prematurely walked and got wiped right after that. In this scenario, just for perspective, we have a gold tier 5 unit that's expensive to resupply and kit. And I have a purple unit that's less expensive to resupply and kit. So my goal, even if I lose, is to take out as many Kashyyyks as I can. Because in all reality, that in terms of bronze, it's still worth it. So here we go. He's Xing him around. I'm trying to keep an eye on both to see what happens. He's going to go ahead and charge right here with his unit jumping in. That's perfect. He's right here. He charged his units and went in at the same time, which is super, super awesome. Because if I focused the hero itself, I'd have been so in trouble. So I got my walk off. Now right here, he's going to jump into his ult. And I was able to cancel it with mine, thankfully, or else I would have been stunned forever. So right now I have killed 11. Right here I was 11 Kashyyyks, and I've lost 1 IPG. So I have a couple of ways I can play this. I can sit here on my point, wait for him. He's going to go try to cap that point and pull another cav unit out. I have 32 seconds for my walk. I could wait, or I could push up. He has, what, 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6 Kashyyyks left. So, I mean, it's kind of up to you. I think I've learned a lot from this situation because you'll see that I actually push up. Playing in so many cities and everything, you don't want the enemy to cap a supply point. And so at this point, I'm like, oh, I see him capping. I should jump in. Now, where's my unit? My unit's still coming from the home point. My unit is very far away. He still has a decent amount of Kashyyyks left. They don't have their charge, but they're still pretty deadly against me with, they can still hit me in the back. So at this point, I don't need to be here. I need to be walking down for sure, 100%, but I don't need to be right here. I'm trying to go for him to stun him and to knock him out and then to stop his cap. But let's say he does cap. Let's say he does cap and he's trying to pull out a unit. But if I get there right after he caps, can he still pull a unit? Not if I, as the hero, am standing on the supply point. So what I should have done is let him cap it. It doesn't matter. And brought my unit down. And together, the unit and me would stand on point and not let him pull anything. He probably would have run to the next supply point to try to pull something. But by then, my walk would have been up and I would have been, I would have played that window of weakness for my APGs. So I dive in here, trying to stop him to cap. And he, I think, is either Xing or just telling his Kashyyyks to fight, which they do a phenomenal job. They chunk me, and just for perspective, I'm mostly armor and toughness. They chunk me pretty hard. And at this point, I'm panicking, realizing my unit's not here. I just got hit in the back with Kashyyyks. And so he, smartly, is going to pressure me so I cannot heal very much, if not at all. My units are about here. They're kind of off and to the right of the screen. Now, what I need to do in this moment, what I need to do right now is to back up into my units and play around them. I have 13 seconds on my walk. He shouldn't have his charge up quite yet. So this is still very winnable. So if I go back and to the right of the screen, I should be okay. And I go the other way, obviously. So don't do what I did. There's my units. He's putting pressure on me, which is perfect. I'm trying to get to my unit. I think I have enough stamina to dodge. but I'm not sure why I didn't. Hindsight's 2020, really. So he's going to stun and then kill me. Now, I did end up killing a few more Keshigs, which in all, the bronze is kind of worth it in my favor, but he did end up winning, putting me on a timer so that I have to go heal my one or two, actually 3 or 4 IPGs. So good on him. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you were able to learn something. I am not a professional player by any means, just trying to learn something every time I'm out there in TOR. So hope this was helpful, and have a good one.